Hello, 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 everybody. I am Tanya Bankston. I am the Change Doula. I am a Change Doula life coach, author, speaker, mental health therapist. I help professional women give birth to their dreams, their goals, and their visions while remaining authentic and transparent to their true purpose. That's what's the key right there. Remaining authentic, remaining transparent, remaining focused on what's most important to you. So today I wanted to come to you and I wanted to speak with you real quickly about experience being the best teacher. And I wanted to start out with a quote. And this quote is from one of my books, The Art of Reinvention, Transforming Brushstrokes into Your Living Masterpiece. And the quote goes like this: Today's pain is tomorrow's power. The more you suffer today, the stronger you are tomorrow. If, that's the caveat, if you learn the lesson presented today. Now, am I advocating soliciting pain or painful experiences? Absolutely not. That is not the purpose of that particular quote. The purpose of the quote is to make an assessment of the pain, the lesson that is contained in the pain, and making a decision to utilize that lesson to extrapolate all of the goodness, the juiciness, utilizing all your skills and reframing the experience so that you learn a lesson. So I've often heard it said that experience is the best teacher. As a matter of fact, I remember my mom, she and I used to have these like really engaging conversations about experience and experience being the best teacher. And I used to be of that mindset that experience is the best teacher. But then the question becomes, does the life experience need to be experienced firsthand? Meaning, do I personally need to be that person that's involved in the experience to learn from it? Or can we learn from other people's painful experiences? Can we glean wisdom from their suffering? And now that is my mindset. My mindset is now that I can learn from somebody else's painful experiences and essentially gain knowledge and wisdom from something that they've gone through, and doing so with the understanding that I don't need to go through that painful experience to learn what I need to learn. And I mean, let's face it, some life lessons that we go through can be difficult and there's no recovery in this lifetime. And that could be an example where there's a loss of life. And I mean, it's just that life is gone, it's no recovering, you can't get it back. But then there's still a lesson that can be learned so that you don't repeat the same type behavior. Then there's those other life lessons that can be difficult and require a lifetime of attempts to recover. And let's utilize someone who's incarcerated, and that person is incarcerated. Let's say they do 20 or 30 years of incarceration. And they served their time, they paid their debt to society, and yet once they're released, still society makes it difficult for them, this person, to like put their past behind them, to seek employment, gainful employment, or gainful housing, or the fact that even, you know, when they go to apply for jobs and stuff like that, they're always being reminded that they were once incarcerated and that they have this record and that they're stigmatized. So that would be an example of taking a lifetime of attempts to recover from one decision, right? And then some painful experiences that we experience over and over and over again because we do not stop and take the time to learn the lesson. But not every hard life decision, not every hard life lesson has to be a first-hand experience, right? I know for me personally, as I get older, I tend to look at situations and look at experiences, and just the more I listen to people, like through my coaching experience and through my counseling experiences, the more I listen, the more I'm able to learn from a how would I handle things different type perspective, not necessarily judging, because that's not what this is about. This is about taking life experiences and turning them around so that the pain that we experience, the suffering that is experienced, utilizing that and reframing it so that when the opportunity, because let's face it, a lot of times opportunities to experience pain, they are repeated. And not only are they repeated, they can come at us more frequently. You know, the more frequent decisions that we make that are kind of like disjointed or disconnected, not well thought out or well planned, the more opportunities we have for those painful firsthand life experiences. It's unfortunate, but it's oh so real. I know for me, I was in a series of bad relationships. And one day I had to make the decision. I had to come to the reality. You know what, Tanya? The bottom line, every single relationship that you're having, the bottom line, the common denominator in every single relationship is you, me. So, what is it about these particular relationships? How are you getting involved in it? What are you doing? What are you doing in terms of deciding on the men that you attract? What are you doing in terms of how you relate to those men? What are you doing to sabotage healthy relationships? What are you doing? Why are you more attracted to, quote unquote, the bad boy, the man that's not faring well for you, the man he doesn't have his stuff together, and so since he doesn't have his stuff together, you feel like I'm talking to me, I felt like he doesn't have his stuff together. Because he doesn't have his stuff together, he needs me to help him get his stuff together. When really, I should have been focusing on getting my own stuff together and not even connecting and hooking up with that particular person. So I know that was a mouthful. I kind of went off on a tangent there, but I really wanted to give you a tangible example of something from my life where it was the result of poor decisions that I ended up in a cycle of bad relationships. And the common denominator in each bad relationship was me. So I had to learn to look at myself. I had to learn to take that pain, look at myself, do some reframing, get down to some core beliefs. How I feel about me, how I feel about me, what's important to me, and how all of that related to my aura and what I was attracting in terms of relationships. You know, was the fact that I wanted to be in a relationship so bad, I was looking for love so bad that I was willing to put up with behavior that was disrespectful, that was abusive, that was toleration instead of appreciation, that was promoting violence, you know, be it mental, physical, emotional, all of those things. And so once I got to that space where I started to pay attention to the connection and learn the lesson, then guess what? I stopped tolerating that bad behavior. And even more so now that I'm in my 50s, did I say that 50s? Now that I'm in my 50s, it's even more. I mean, because now I realize that honestly, realistically, I have more time behind me than I do ahead of me. Even if I live another 50 years to be 100, still, it's like 50 ain't 20, okay? I'm just gonna put it like that, 50 ain't 20. So back to the regular scheduled program is today's pain is tomorrow's power. So I feel empowered. Um, I feel like I'm better able to make decisions now because I'm able to look at things and glean the wisdom from each life experience. You know, and if it's something that you know, when you're a kid, you're teaching little kids about, you know, don't touch that, it's fire, it's hot. Now I can see the fire, I can see the smoke before it becomes fire, and I know not to touch it. I know to, you know, take my cell and dial 911 or, you know, do whatever. But the bottom line is not every hard, difficult life experience has to be experienced firsthand in order to make a healthy, positive assessment and learn a life lesson, right? So, my question then becomes, what are some of your most difficult life experiences? Think about that for a moment. Think about one or two of your most difficult life experience. What type of lessons were you able to learn from those experiences? How were those experiences able to empower you so that you could use the knowledge that you gained from it, not only to apply it to your daily life, but more importantly, my frame of thought is that our life experiences are not for us. They're for somebody else. They're to help somebody else. Those nuggets of wisdom that we get in our life experiences are to help somebody else. So, how are you helping someone else through your life experience? How are you not repeating some of those painful life experiences? Just some food for thought, just something to help you move forward, to do some reframing. How is it that a life coach can help you? If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like some of your life experiences, some of your choices that you've made have been difficult choices, how can you get to that point where you're taking those life experiences, you are learning what you need to learn, but you still feel stuck. You still don't know what that next choice is, that next decision should be. How are you able to move forward? Why not contact a life coach? Hey, Tanya Bankston, life coach, right at your service. If any of this resonates with you, then I invite you to go ahead and go to my website, change, let's make some changes, changedoula.com. Schedule a clarity call with me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about one experience. And let's find some ways to help you gain some clarity and move forward. So I just wanted to hop on and talk about that. Until next time, I want you to be encouraged. I want you to think about how you can aim high, make some changes in your life, make the decision to see a different 2021. Your 2021, your future is being written right now, today, based on the choices that you make. So I want to encourage you to make the decision to gain wisdom and knowledge from today's pain and transform it into tomorrow's power. Be encouraged. I am Tanya Bankston, Coach T. Bankston, author, speaker, life coach, change doula, reminding you to aim high, take flight, come soar with me.